So listen to this. It's Protect Our Parks. And what is Protect Our Parks? This is Joe Rogan with 3 comics he has no business hanging out with. Mark Norman, who's got a big problem with Joe. Shane Gillis, who, let's face it, Joe and Shane don't get along. Just because Joe fake laughs at Shane because he doesn't want to get caught not getting it, that doesn't mean that they're meant to be. They're a terrible grouping. There's no chemistry. It's awful. And then you've got Ari Shaffir, who is completely brain dead. His special Jew wasn't good. It was incredibly boring. Have you guys never heard of anything that happens in a Jew's life? It was the same old plan. I mean, anybody who's watched Curb knows that information. Or
anyone who's from a Jewish family.
So when I saw people go, dude, I usually hate Ari, but that Jew special was brilliant. Oh, it was horrible. We had to turn it off. What don't you understand about this? If I had to turn it off, and it's my job to watch these things, but I have to turn it off. That's how you know it's terrible. What else do you need to know? I had to turn it off. Get it? Me. So it was horrible. I'm sick of people saying it was good. I don't know what happened. This comedy community is about as dumb as they get. You could literally show them any man and say, this is the new comic. And they'll go, we love him. Immediately. They'll love him the next day. They'll give all their time and money to anyone that appears in this scene. You know, as despicable as you think. You go, Santino, they love Santino. They see no problem with him. Sam Talent, oh, they love him. How? So we can't even begin to understand that anymore. You don't even have to understand that, but that's just the nature of the matter. But Joe, Shane Gillis, Ari Shaffir, and Mark Norman together, there's zero chemistry there. It's hard to watch. Joe tried to... You know, these people are, besides Ari, but I put Ari, Ari has the immaturity of Mark Norman. You know, very low, very young, very immature. Joe has no business being around these 3 guys. They're generational. They're too generationally different to be around. You're not supposed to talk. An old man's not supposed to hang out with a younger guy. You're really not supposed to do that. It doesn't work. Because the older guy's usually being a cock, a beta,
like, did you see Sam Talent and Howie?
Oh, that's Sam Talent.
I wish that we just watched that this morning, but I hate that.
Well, let's open the experience, and I got to thank somebody. So we don't have this today, but next week, hopefully this will be ready. We've got a system here that somebody built for us, a nice extension for the browser. So for time codes, I don't have to go finding them and clicking on them. He's built a process where I could just type in the time code and hit enter, and it's going to go right to it. We're having some complications due to me not trusting the developer. But by next week, I think those will all be squared away, and we'll have this sweet way to visit time codes very quickly because I'm very jerky and slow trying to find them on the map. I go blind, you know, with all the hot studio Hollywood lights. I'm a young guy. And I really wanted to take this time to thank that developer who made this for us. Because it's wonderful, and I didn't treat him with such dignity. You know, I'm like, how do I know this is safe? You know, you're trying to run some spyware on my machine, so I don't even want to give out the developer's name, because then you could be like, please put the spyware in his thing and send it to him. I still don't know if I'm going to install it. I'm so scared of spyware. No, but he sounds great. I just did ask him about that, but I did want to show him great appreciation. And also offer, if you get this extension working for us, I'm going to reward you with, I'm going to take one of the guys out of the contest next week, and we're going to give you $500 out of the contest money. Wow. What do you think? No, I'm going to pay him handsomely, and I really thank him for what is about to happen. It's not happening now because we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. This is Protect Our Parks 2075, right? They've done 2,075 Protect Our Parks episodes so far. Okay, let's pull these guys up here. Shane Gillis, And this one's very good. We're gonna bust Joe. There's a lot of great Joe Rogan ones in this. We haven't seen Joe in a couple of weeks, right?
I know I miss him.
I miss a good old Joe watch. Okay, what's our first code here?
So you can go to 10500. Everyone knows about this, but this is just setting the scene of how Protect Our Parks usually goes.
Listen, there's that Shane Gillis. What's he wearing today? This isn't bad. Wait till you see what he wears in the next episode with Rogan. Some of the tops Shane Gillis chooses, these sports tops. Not this. And that hat actually is one of his more passable hats. This is one of his better fits, yeah.
Yes. I gave you Bloodlands.
1 hour.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
1 hour.
The first part they just talk about.
1 hour and
Israel
5
and
minutes?
Stuff.
Are you saying
1 hour, 5 minutes, 0 seconds.
Okay, now what did we say takes away the overlay? I already forgot about that.
Oh, not full screening it.
Gotcha. Great. Okay, so let's do that.
The way they think about things?
No,
you
we're
can't help
animals.
it. I bet you can if technology arises.
Okay, there he is. And we're going to go to 1 hour, 5 seconds.
Yes.
Got it. See, I can't wait till we
1
have...
hour, 5 minutes, and 0 seconds.
Oh, my God. This is too much information. It really is. I mean, I don't know what people think, all these drinks and the weed and all this stuff. And then you're on this freight train. And really, you can't remember these times. It's a lot more complicated than
Once
you'd ever
this
imagine.
developer's gift comes into our hands.
It's not going to be a gift because he's going to get paid too much money for this thing that he made that probably is already out there.
It's a development.
It's a development that he's built. 1 hour, 5 minutes. See, this is going to really come in handy because it's complicated to get there on a timeline here like this.
I know.
There's no easy way to do this while talking.
So a usual episode of Protect Our Parks, these three guys get sick of Joe right away and start riffing and doing their puns, and Joe just sits there mad.
Okay.
And this is an example of that.
Okay, so yeah, Joe really doesn't get their type of humor. Usually goes over his head, and he starts getting a little nervous that he has to spend another 4 hours with these guys that he doesn't get.
A girl I dated went to a Scientology acting school.
It was right behind
and I had to
Fred
go to this
62's.
fucking thing and watch.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
One of the things that was fascinating was they'd have these moments where they would just they'd give them the opportunity to
Are
do
they
whatever
playing
they wanted.
something in this? Sure they are. Look, I'm hitting play on just their video.
Never mind. Then they are.
So they'd call it like a private moment. They would go up and pretend to read a book and cough. It was so strange. I was like, what's going on here? And why is everybody...
Okay, what's going on? Why is there... But look, I've paused just Joe Rogan. Can Spotify play two things at once via the one play button?
It's insane.
Well, you see what's happening, right? Like, watch. I press play on just Joe Rogan. It's silent, right? I'm pressing play on Rogan.
Is everybody Scientologist?
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
Callan
it
was
is them.
involved in one.
Okay.
I bet.
And Callan told me about it, and he said that dude, that everyone was Scientologist. What is this?
Oh, Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates was so pretty.
So hot. She quit the business.
Fire that up, J-Mo.
She was around 17 or 18 during filming.
All right.
I can't imagine that this Christmas music would be playing in the back of Rogan in stereo separated. There's got to be something going on here. Do you have anything queued up in Spotify? Any songs or something like that playing?
It's playing Rogan.
Can Spotify play two things at once if somebody pressed a bunch of buttons too fast? Because that's...
Just close it and restart it.
I think that might be a good idea. Sorry. I hate closing an app. I always feel like I'm shutting the door on a good friend's face. Quit. Open. Because really, I can't have that Christmas music pumping out to the listeners like that. Can't stand Christmas music. I can't stand Christmas. I'm actually trying to put an end to Christmas. Okay, protect our parks.
We all did that.
Oh, that guy was my acting teacher in L.A.
It's still doing it?
Oh,
It's gotta be them.
It's got to be them.
Did you
Okay.
try to convert you to Scientology?
Okay, whatever. Just skip this time code.
Yeah,
Everybody
please.
knows.
I can't. Just give me the
It was
really
a scene
good
setter.
one.
Okay, go to 105.50, which isn't that far away.
105.50. And if that music is still playing in the background, we got a big problem here. Right? 105.50. Good Lord. We might need to halt Spotify and stuff until we get that thing installed because it's nearly impossible. 108. See, I can't even see this far.
Here, let me do it.
10.
I got it.
Okay, you can do it on your end. Look at that. Oh, you just go to them then from now on. That's perfect. Got it?
What does it say on yours? Mine's being weird.
It's 10505.
Okay.
Not lining up. Fuck. Okay, you know what? We're just going to skip this Joe Rogan. I really can't do it. Seriously, I'll start throwing stuff at the TV.
Wait, at least see if you can get a 13610, because that's the best one.
Oh, my God. I mean, have you ever... Podcast man too aggravated over Spotify video player .gif.
Try 13610.
13610. Okay, don't throw me all over the board again, because 130.
You can't.
It's impossible. I'm telling you, it's like you can go to 13610, you release your finger, and it snaps you back to 132. It's impossible. It's impossible. I'm not doing it. Joe Rogan, you're off this time.
That one is so good.
Well, maybe we'll try it later. I mean, give me something else.
Okay, you want Matt Rife?
Well, you would go to 13510. You release the trigger of the mouse, and then it throws you back to 13206. So I'm sitting here going, am I...
Liberace.
Ooh, is
Liberace.
What the hell is this?
Wild. He had
So then I'm going to think, am I going retarded? It feels like your mind is stopped working. Were you able to do it just now?
See, is it on 13610 now?
You'll
Because it
see.
is for me.
Okay, it is for you. It is now 13607.
Okay, play.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this.
to get surgery to look
AI
like
cover.
That's
No,
crazy.
don't allow this. AI
What do
cover.
you mean?
It wasn't real. It was an AI
Here.
version. Oh.
Jamie, if
Something
you don't
crazy.
play Paul McCartney,
Not AI cover. We're not going to allow
Which,
this.
hold on a
Suck
second,
it.
please. Everyone's talking. What is AI? Which one?
What do you mean? What
What
is
do you
that?
mean?
No, which video that
The
we
Freddie
just saw is
Mercury
AI?
thing. Freddie Mercury singing was not real.
Oh, back up.
Are you playing the part 1 episode?
Jules,
You're playing part 2, that's why.
you're the one who selected this. Okay, here's part 1. Let's try this again. Only give me ones that are going to be... I want to fall on the ground laughing at this time code. Okay, because if it's anything that I even have to try to explain, I'm going to go berserk.
Okay, go to 13610.
Here's this...
Joe Rogan podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan.
I mean, we need this guy more than ever. I really shouldn't have been so weary about it. Maybe I should have just gotten the malware. 13610. Okay, we're going to try it. 13605.
Go.
Here we go.
go.
Okay, Joe Rogan's wearing these great glasses. This is going to be classic.
I would love to see you do
Hilarious.
it and still fuck around.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Be
the
like,
thing.
next
Bring
question.
Jamie.
What's your
Here's the
favorite
thing.
color?
Here's the thing. We were just talking about this because Stavros was on my podcast. Stavros.
Stavros. He calls him Stavros. Okay, so I was joking about that at the beginning. Stavros, which is what everyone calls him, which is what he calls himself, which is what it is. Joe accidentally called him, like I have many times in the past, before I got to know him. Stavros was just sitting across from Joe the other day, where Joe pretended to love him. They've met each other many times. He's performed at the mothership many times. They've spoken for hours and hours and hours on end. They are good friends. Joe called him Stavros. And watch him try to explain this one away. Not only does he mess up, call him the wrong name. That's the name I used to call him too. But he tries to deceitfully get out of it. I've never seen a cover-up of this sort. Wait till you see the spin that he tries to put on his screw-up to get out of this one.
Biden. Me and him and Biden.
That's fun.
I would love to see you do
Hilarious.
it and still fuck around.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Be
the
like,
thing.
next
Bring
question.
Jamie.
What's your
Here's the
favorite
thing.
color?
Here's the thing. We were just talking about this because Stavros was on my podcast. Stavros.
Rose.
Stavy, baby.
Stavros.
There you
Stavros.
go.
Yeah.
How do you say it right?
Stavros.
You know.
Right, but do you say Rose or you say Stavros?
Stop.
Oh, maybe if you're...
Do you pronounce the rose, or maybe it's kind of like, this reminds me of a time where a kid, I was in like 3rd grade, and he wrote, I like to play sports a lot. And he spelled it A-L-O-T, one word. And the teacher goes, I'm sorry, those are 2 separate words. And the kid, his name was Frank, he goes, maybe they could be a little closer together, though? So she goes, no, it's not a lot, it's a lot. He goes, but maybe it could be a little closer together. Like, you know, 50, you know.
That's cute.
That's what Joe is trying to pull off right now. He's going, yeah, but it's like Stavos. Like, you don't pronounce, it's like Gyros, right? Like, he's really trying to pull a fast one. He knows that's not the case. Watch him again try to get out of this one.
It was pretty awesome.
He's so many rap songs had Trump in them.
Yeah.
Very hard to rewind, too.
He's the man.
Is it flattering that he wanted you to do the
You got to go all the way back.
RNC, or what did he want? The debates?
Oh, he wanted me to have a debate with Biden, me and him and Biden.
That's fun.
I would love to see you do
Hilarious.
it and still fuck around.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Be
the
like,
thing.
next
Bring
question.
Jamie.
What's your
Here's the
favorite
thing.
color?
Here's the thing. We were just talking about this because Stavros was on my podcast. Stavros.
Rose.
Stabby baby.
Stavros.
There you
Stavros.
go.
Yeah.
How do you say it right?
Stavros.
Look at his
Right,
face.
but do you say Rose or you say Stavros?
Stavros.
Maybe if you're,
Don't they say it like they
Stavros?
they don't say
They don't say
Stavros.
shit.
You're
They
thinking
say
of
Stavros.
Stamos.
Stavros.
That's better.
Right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say
Healthiest.
Stavros.
Stabby.
Just say Stavros. Shane's a bully to Joe. Just say Stavros. Enough with the shit.
It's getting great.
I mean, Joe, what are you trying to pull here? You forgot the guy's name. You have no respect. And you know why? Because you got no business being around these kids. You're trying to be the this hero of all the comedians and be in all of their lives. You can't. Be in your kids' lives that we've never seen ever. I see Northie every day. There's no excuse. There's no excuse that your wife and kids have never been seen and you're this famous and big. There's no excuse to it. Oh, there's never a story. Joe Rogan's kids were at the comedy club. Oh, I saw Joe Rogan at a barbecue place with his kids. You have never been around those kids. Are they in a safe panic room under the ground? Is that the only time you get to play with them? We see you with the dog. We've never seen you with the wife and kids, but you're hanging out with Stavros. It's really, really weird that we don't, and he never mentions really a story about something his kids did. He's got maybe 2 vague kid stories that he repeats. Kids are like that. I know that from my kids. But he never tells you a specific story about, we were at an ice cream parlor, the kid did this. Stavros.
Baby.
Stop.
Anyway,
All right.
he's on the podcast.
Special on Netflix.
Bro, he was.
Check out Fat Rascal.
He's so fucking funny, man.
Oh,
He's so
yeah.
fucking funny. We were talking about Squirter.
He feels horrible now for not getting the name. Good thing you got these little glasses to block this part of your eye where it usually tears up. He was wearing this Chinaman. I would love to have this, by the way.
It's nice.
These. How good would I look in these fucking glasses? This is the best Joe's ever looked. Isn't that something?
He looks great in costume.
I've never seen a contraption like this. They're these eyeglasses, which are already nice glasses on Joe without the gimmick. And then he's got plastic white Japanese eyebrows, a plastic white Japanese beard that are attached to the glasses with these dangling chains so that it jiggles, creating an effect that he looks better in this outfit. With this hoodie, I mean, it all goes together. He looks cool here. This is the best he's ever looked. But it's a shame because it's blocking the pain in his eyes from knowing that he fucked up. Let's see those eyes.
And so we spent 20 minutes talking about Squirters. And
He's not
the
himself
very next
anymore.
Day, people were calling for me to host the Republican debates.
Unrelated.
We talked
What's your stance on
we
squirting?
literally
Biden, then Trump.
we showed the studies from the Japan.
Okay. I'll do a couple more now.
Okay, cool.
I'm back.
Did you want... Okay, you could go back to 105.50 if you want. This one I just thought was an interesting look
could do it.
into Joe. I can also do it if you can.
Oh, yeah, you can do it. Okay, prove it. Oh, look at Papa. I landed on one where he just given a big Papa face. Papa Pill just woke up from nap, and he's excited to see his grandchildren. Can I have $20, Papa? Please. Okay, go to this damn time code
Let's
already.
see.
You're so
I
fast at it.
didn't
You're so
wanna-
good at it.
It would take away the picture you were
Oh,
looking
okay,
at.
you're right. Go ahead. Feel free to remove my art. Ooh.
Okay, is it on 105.50?
106.37 it says, but maybe it
Okay,
is if
so-
I hit play. Let's see what happens. Yep, now it went to 105.54. Is that okay? 105.54. I mean, we got to make decisions.
Okay, yeah, just go, whatever.
The footage of the planes hitting the towers.
Now
is
it's at
so
105.00.
insane. Again, the angel fell.
Fallen Tower.
Tower 7.
Tower Pizza.
Okay, let's see what happens.
You watch the towers fall, you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Tower Records.
What an insane way to do it, too. Planes filled with passengers.
Yeah.
It's like a double attack.
Right.
It's a full terror attack.
Double attack.
And they ruined the airport.
Oh,
They really
forever.
ruined the airport.
Forever.
The airport was great. You could go visit your friend at the gate.
Oh, see your girlfriend off?
Yeah.
Right?
So you get a
Right now.
from the window. Like,
Hey,
see
we're
ya.
both going to cheat
When
on
your
each other.
friends, your friends came off the plane, you were right there.
Right,
Yes.
What's up? Yeah, you pick people up at the airport, right at the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
We do that with my dad. We go.
And then that fucking shoe bomber douchebag.
Ah.
That
Coming up here?
Shoes is the worst one.
That's the worst. That one's so stupid.
Yeah.
One dickhead tries to blow his shoes up.
Yep.
The underwear guy and the shoe guy.
Yeah.
Underwear.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh yeah, there's an underwear bomber.
Okay, so we have a question about what's about to happen here. You know how Mark and Joe have this?
They're at odds often.
Yeah, they really are at odds, and Mark will make these jokes that go over Joe's head, and then they've been famously reported and covered, and it's kind of Joe's kind of like, you know,
Joe doesn't really like Mark's puns. He
It's a
starts
running
getting
joke.
frustrated when they all start riffing.
yeah, and he doesn't get the jokes, and they go over his head, he gets mad, and he's been, you know, mocked and humiliated online for this. So we're wondering if that's in his head and he's trying to prove. Well, let's see what happens here and we'll try to figure it out.
For a second, I was like, wait, am I wrong about that? There was one, right?
I think there
Underwear
was.
bomber?
Yeah.
China needs to
Bro,
hack
if that
those.
one doesn't go as planned, you're dickless and sad. You're dickless and sad, and everybody beats you up.
You
If it's just like
yeah.
a
Smoke going off to your
firecracker,
pants.
Sounds like my high school.
Ow!
Sounds like my high school.
Carry the one.
Listen. Okay, all of a sudden. So no one else is really laughing. He goes, you would end up, what, dickless?
Dickless and sad.
You would end up dickless and sad if a bomb blew up in your underwear as an airplane terrorist, okay? And then Mark says what, Jules? He
Mark says, that's like me in high school.
like me in high school. No one else laughs in the room. Everyone's like, okay. But Joe dies laughing for the first time at one of Mark Norman's jokes, almost as if he's trying to prove that he gets Norman's jokes. The only other option here is that he hates Norman so much that he's actually laughing like a hyena because he's picturing Mark being a dickless loser. That's really funny to him. I'm not sure. Let's... Oh.
This is sad, the Mark Norman story.
dickless
up.
and sad, and everybody wants to beat you up. Oh my
You like
God.
that, huh?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Really?
Why?
Why is that
you
so
did
funny?
Catching fire, and
If
then
it just blows up.
and then a bunch of patriots beating the shit out.
Like
of
if it's
Even
rap-
so, Mark kind of knows. You'll see.
If it's
Mark kind of knows. He's like, is Joe fucking with me here? Why is he all of a sudden laughing at me being a dickless loser? He doesn't laugh at anything I say. And now he's laughing at dickless loser. What is going on? Well, Mark is going to strike back. Yes. And Mark, I don't know if anyone's covered this yet. This is big. You know, Joe, what do people say about Joe Rogan? He's 5'3", right? Look at these sleeves are getting piratic, like a pirate costume. Piratic. Joe Rogan is 5'3". They had a skywriter right then in the air. Now, the only one who doesn't really like Joe Rogan short jokes is Joe himself. Joe still does not want to believe he's short, okay? He works out every day to widen, because if he can't be tall, he's going to be wide, right? We've seen a lot of short guys, like Substance does this, Aaron Berg does this, a lot of guys, the Oppenheim twins, if they can't be tall, they're going to be wide, which actually shortens them to the naked eye. They look shorter and stupider. When Joe Rogan was on news radio and all these shows, and when he had hair, we never thought of him as a short guy. No one did. You just thought of him as I mean, maybe you knew he was short, but it wasn't like, oh my God, look at this fucking vile midget. You know, what do they call that move where you wiggle just your chest? Like this?
A shimmy?
Yeah, look at this. Fucking midget doing a midget shimmying in. They shimmy, they don't walk. That's what happens when you widen as a short person. You actually get far more bizarre looking, and you do a little shimmy. So Joe Rogan don't like height stuff. What time are you already there?
1:23:30. I'm going to let you do it because it keeps getting messed up.
Right? 1:23:30. And Spotify, this will be the last week. This is also the last week of these in-ears. The custom in-ears will be here next week. This is going to be
No more
a remarkable... This
touching.
show might get like 30 times better because the sound quality. Okay,
1:23:30.
Thank you. And always do that to me. Always just keep repeating time codes over and over and over again because I'm never listening. 1:23:30. God forbid I get there. Okay, 1:23:03. That's pretty far away, but wait, I could do a 15-second increase.
Oh, perfect.
Look at that, 1:23:23.
Amazing.
Right? 1:23?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you get that right? Was that Hitler in the?
Is this the Mark
That's what it was.
vindictiveness?
I think so.
Okay.
How
which-
weird is bending?
Watch what
your
Mark does.
knees is disrespectful.
Okay, so Joe's all high and stupid.
They're talking about Napoleon's grave.
He goes, how weird is bending your knees disrespectful? Which doesn't make sense. How weird is bending your knees disrespectful? This is what he said. And they're going, what? Bending your knee? Listen.
Some ways,
Respectful.
or it somehow or another compromises you.
Well, the
Bend-
bow.
Right.
bending-
You're disrespected. To
Yeah,
it.
I get it though.
Bending
Even when
your
you're dead,
knees.
you're still making somebody in the future have to adjust for you.
Yeah.
Boy, that
That's pretty sick.
That's weird. It doesn't bother
Bitch
me at
behavior.
all.
No, of course you wouldn't.
Well, you're 4'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if
He
I
never
was
bends
10
over.
feet tall,
What did you just say? Let's catch that again.
it compromises you.
Well, the
Bend-
bow.
Right.
bending-
You're disrespected. To it.
Yeah, I get it though.
Bending
Even when
your
you're dead,
knees.
you're
Listen
still making
closely.
somebody in the future have to adjust for you.
Yeah.
Boy,
That's
that
pretty
doesn't-
sick.
That's weird. It doesn't bother
Bitch
me at
behavior.
all.
No, of course you wouldn't.
Well, you're 4'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if
He
I
never-
was
You're 4'8", says Mark. And what does Joe do? Look at Joe's face. Yeah, but Joe couldn't fucking believe. This is what Joe did. Did he just say that shit? Did he just say that fucking shit? Just talk. Pretend you didn't hear that.
That's the lowest height he's ever
Nobody
been accused of.
And especially from Mark Norman, this guy that you've never understood why anyone likes him. And he calls you 4'8" to your face. And then you come up with this big excuse. Yeah, but
Bends
10
over.
feet tall. I
He's like,
wouldn't mind
what? Why would
bending
you bend over?
That is true. I rarely have to duck.
he won't look at
If
him.
Suck it up, guys.
I just wouldn't understand why anyone would give a shit.
Let's
Like,
see
you wanna
if he
the
ever
dead
looks
guy?
at him.
Yeah.
Oh, is he peering over at Mark
Yeah,
yet?
right.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh! He didn't want to look at Mark until he could compose himself. He heard Mark say 4'8" and he went like this. When he was ready. And look at this face that he's making. Look how mad he is. See this?
That's a straight line.
He can't believe somebody would step to him like that. He just can't believe it.
Hitler.
They're already there.
That's right.
That's a good
I'm
point.
not on
You're
meth.
Adolf Hitler.
Simple.
You're going, I'm not fucking bending down for anybody.
You got two
I'm not
balls.
on meth.
Now, Joke World would watch this and think it's four buddies getting along, huh? That Joke World don't know nothing. All right, were there any more from this?
Yeah, you want 132.40?
132.40. Let's go. I'm getting good at this.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
No more Spotify after this for the rest of the day till next week.
Look at this one. Wait, say it again.
132.40. Where you were at is good. It's fine.
Oh, great. Look.
Check the exact
Yeah.
thing.
You can see pictures
Yeah.
of his wife on a plane
With video,
dressed
it's
like
different.
Tron.
Guy
with his tits
talks
out.
like
That-
a
I heard Andrew
comic.
Jackson's wife was hot.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
there's
don't know what that
video
means.
of him talking like a comic.
Yes.
Like the
Yeah.
shit that he said about electric tanks. They're going to make tanks. They're going to be electric.
Okay, we've got Joe's first Trump impression. Have you ever wondered what Joe's Trump impression is like? Well, you're about to hear it. He's finally debuting his Trump impression. Here it is, Joe Rogan's first time ever doing a Trump impression, and it sounds great.
You can see pictures
Yeah.
of his
Yeah.
wife on a plane
With video,
dressed
it's
like
different.
Tron.
Guy
with his tits
talks
out.
like
That-
a
I heard Andrew
comic.
Jackson's wife was hot.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
there's
don't know what that
video
means.
of him talking like a comic.
Yes.
Like the shit
Yeah.
that he said about electric tanks. They're going to make tanks. They're going to be electric. They're going to be good for the environment. And they're going to blow the fucking shit out of everything.
Woo! They're making tanks. They're bad for the environment. That's like my Trump kind of.
Blow the fucking shit out of everybody.
That's what makes Trump cool to you?
He doesn't
Sometimes
say
he
fucking
forgets.
shit.
Trump. Why would you want somebody blowing the shit out of anybody? Was there any more here?
2:14:45, our final time code.
2:14:45. Do I need to know anything about this one?
It'll be obvious.
Okay, 2:14:45. I thought that was a great Trump, by the way.
They're bringing
2:14,
tanks.
2:14. They've got tanks.
Sorry, we like a good Trump. And he's trying to do it in front of Shane because he knows Shane is
Shane
the king of
Ma.
Trump.
Oh, Shane practices that Trump. Okay, what was his time code?
2:14:45.
Perfect. Look at this.
Shove it in.
Sorry,
people
look at this
can do it
kind of
with their
hole.
thumb.
This size.
What's that?
You want this size hole? Bigger.
Oh, they're shotgunning beers. Okay, which would make you full and tired. Okay, you don't need to shotgun beers, and especially Joe doesn't really shotgun beers, as you'll see. But they do this thing where they shotgun Bud Lights. Joe will bring up how Shane saved Bud Light. By the way,
Embarrassing him.
the UFC is the official sponsor of Bud Light now. Is that true? Or Bud Light's the official sponsor of UFC? So Bud Light stock goes down and they run out to try to save the company. So they advertise. Remember, Bud Light was boycotted, right? Because of the trans woman. We spent a lot of time boycotting Bud Light, and now the UFC they've teamed up for the biggest, collaboration in history as far as Bud Light's concerned. So why aren't we boycotting Dana White? The boycott must continue. We don't stop just because, Dana White got him, so now, as long as the trans person got hurt, which I agree with in this case, believe me, I agree. But you must carry on the boycott. The boycott doesn't stop because Dana White says it stops. Now you boycott Dana White for being in cahoots with the trans beer company. Sorry. No more MMA. Shut it down. No more pay-per-view. No more going to the concerts. He's done. Of course. So I don't understand how that doesn't carry over. So Bud Light is back, and Bud Light's watching all this going, you got to be fucking kidding me. Seriously? We went through all that for them to not even really care. They don't even really care. We thought this was the beer of the forgotten. Okay, watch. Joe's going to shotgun a beer. I've never seen anything like this except for me drinking every drink or opening any beer or any bottle. So watch this.
Make it a little bigger. Bigger is easier.
Can I use the eagle?
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
I want
That's
you
a
to
solid
I like
hole.
the eagle.
I like
That's
you
a solid
struggling.
hole.
Watch Joe.
I like you having a bit of a.
He's getting nervous. Watch him.
Mine, comp.
Yeah.
Watch Joe. He's going to shotgun a beer. This is incredible.
We're doing it old school, boys?
Mortal Kombat.
We're doing it Luke Combs style?
Yeah.
Okay, Luke Combs style.
For
Oh, no,
Luke
we gotta wait
Combs.
For Luke.
Marcus.
No,
He's
I'm-
nervous. Oh, look at him.
Just,
There you go.
He doesn't know what to do with it.
Accomplice. Here we go.
Neither do I.
Count of 22.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Look at him. He's nervous.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
John.
Christmas. I love you guys so much.
I love you guys
holidays.
too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Watch this. Look what he's doing. The beer spills all over him. Did you see how much beer spilled out? And he's just acting like that's normal. Let me cut you back. It's worth it.
Here we go.
On the count of 22.
Okay.
Watch how much beer spills
Guys,
out. And then he
it's
doesn't
Christmas.
acknowledge it.
It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
John.
Christmas. I love you guys so much.
I love you guys
Happy
too.
holidays.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look at this. Spilling all. That was a river. No one else spilling, by the way. He's covered. He's covered in
For
baby
sure.
beer.
Here's the thing.
Take me for some
Luke is already walking away.
Yeah, but here's the thing too.
Look.
This
That was tough.
I've got some in here too.
No. No one else has any left. So he spills half the beer on him. He drinks about 2 dang sips. And then he goes, I got a lot left in here. I think, shotgunning, it still leaves a lot left. Meanwhile, all the other cans are dry. Shane's can is dry as if a vacuum cleaner sucked it all out. Even Ari Shafir, a crippled Jew, is able to do this. But Joe is covered in beer. He doesn't acknowledge, if you soak yourself in beer, that's enough to soak through a hoodie.
He stinks.
He pretends it didn't happen. I hope people saw how much spilled out.
Look at he's soaked.
He's soaked right now. And he won't acknowledge it. And now he's going, there's still a little left. I guess that's just what happens, right?
Like it's not easy to get it all out.
You got to go not
J-Mo?
this way,
But that thing
straight-
is. But
yeah.
What I'm saying is the Eagle's way better.
Yeah, but look.
Eagle's way better.
Eagle's good.
That's empty.
The
Look,
Eagles pure.
Shane's
I
empty.
Not the
I got
football
a
team.
touch in here still.
Oh,
The Eagles football team.
and then he has to prove that he could finish it. He goes, I got a touch in here still. I've never seen him this nervous, and now he's going to drink the rest of the queer.
It's still good. It's pretty
Like,
empty.
look, this is pretty empty too, but look what I have to
Don't.
Shane, look what I have to do. I have to,
Shane, look what I have to do.
Jalen Hurts is going to be good.
Shane's
like
embarrassed
swish
of
it
you.
around to get the last out. What I'm saying is just like the Eagles, the only way to.
Well, it doesn't happen with Shane. He doesn't have to swish shit. No spills. He's shotgunning it. That's important. It's very important to do this right. You've been humiliated once again. Should we shotgun this shot? You guys want to shotgun a shot with me? Throw on some new Kanye. Do you have that available? This new Kanye is the best music I've ever heard. Oh, I don't think... I do believe that. Look at the shirt I got. This is $7,000 from Sports World, which is a company that resells sports clothing. What is that called? That marketplace owned by that Jew? Who's that guy who racks up the prices of stuff? StockX. Oh, you ever use StockX? It takes about 4 or 5 weeks to get your item, and then it's been touched by the hands of a shadester before it comes. That's where I got this. Do we have the
I
music?
sent you a link. It's not on
Okay,
Spotify.
we're going to drink together. We're going to shotgun a shot. Oh, there was another guy, too. There was another guy, too, who said, oh, wait, I got to tell you this whole story. So there's this guy goes, Mike, you can't be drinking Jim Beam. We need you. You got to think